Today's video is about how much power does a High Court Enforcement Officer have. Our High Court Enforcement Officer, Frank Whitworth, has written a full detailed article on the powers of a High Court Enforcement Officer. This video is designed to be a summary of that article. A High Court Enforcement Officer is authorised by the Ministry of Justice to enforce any of the following writs: a writs of control, possession, restitution, delivery, and writs of assistance. Also, writs of control in relation to employment tribunals and ACAS awards. The power to enforce. A High Court writ of control commands the High Court Enforcement Officer, named on the writ, to seize the goods and chattels and other property of the defendant named on the writ. The task of the enforcement is normally delegated to a certificated enforcement agent. They will visit the debtor's property to secure payment. If payment's not received, or indeed an acceptable payment plan is agreed, any goods belonging to the debtor can be removed for sale by public auction. The enforcement costs, court fees, auctioneer's fees, together with interest, are all added to the debt. What right of entry does a High Court Enforcement Officer have? The writ of control allows access to land or to enter buildings to search for and take control of goods belonging to the judgment debtor. Force may be used to enter business premises in order to do that. In residential properties, the enforcement agent is allowed to make peaceful entry to do the same. Once inside, if access is later denied, the enforcement agent can force entry back into the property. If peaceful entry is denied to a residential property, or the judgment debtor is simply ignoring the enforcement agent's attempt to gain peaceful entry, then an application can be made to the county court to force an entry into the property to search for and take control of goods belonging to the defendant. What can a High Court Enforcement Officer not take into control? The reality is the certificated enforcement agent needs to locate goods of value belonging to the judgment debtor, which the debtor wants to keep in order to prevent these goods from being taken into control. If the goods are basic household furniture and funds are not available to discharge the debt in full, then a suitably acceptable payment arrangement should be made. Enforcement agents will not take into control the following goods: items essential for basic domestic needs of the judgment debtor and family members, tools of the trade which are for the personal use of the defendant to carry on their trade or profession. These are limited to a maximum value of £1,350. Goods not belonging to the judgment debtor, goods on lease or finance, goods that have already been taken into control. That's not a full list. A full list can be found in the Taking Control of Goods Regulations 2013. The High Court Enforcement Officer has many powers available to persuade judgment debtors to discharge debts owed to creditors. For further details, visit our website www.frankgwhitworth.co.uk. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.